YouTube, how's it going, guys? This is John MacLennan. I hope you're doing fantastic. I just wanted to do a little video blog today of what I've been up to, what I'm doing, because in the past, you know, when I say, oh, I'm working on a new record or going into the studio, you know, it's always like, I'll type that, tell people on my mailing list or whatever, hey, I'm starting a new CD going into the studio, and then everyone's left hanging for like 8 months. And then, you know, here's some previews along the way, maybe of like tracks, you know, and then finally, okay, got my CD back, it's mastered, like, check it out, my album's done, you know. But what I want to do now is like bring you guys along. So I just wrote this new song called Someday, and it's like kind of this, you know, just footsteps in the sand vibe, like one of my other tunes, and so I'm just demoing it, and what that means is I go in my home studio and I just start programming drums, you know, and I'm not a drummer, you know, but I just get the part down, and then same thing with like the bass, you know, I'll pluck out whatever bass line I'm hearing and then lay some guitar, and if I don't like it, tomorrow I'll come back and, you know, write a new part or whatever. So I just want to show you that process today. You know, I'm cutting acoustic guitars and maybe some 12-string, and then also just experimenting with like new pedals, doing a guitar solo, and just searching for tones. You know, I'm like always trying to find the next thing that's going to inspire me. So hopefully you guys will dig this. Alright, so here I've got like my Pro Tools mix-up, and I started on the chorus just playing like a super simple rhythmic acoustic guitar. It's the D28, and then I played that same strumming pattern again and doubled it, but I capoed the guitar and played kind of like the next voicing up, so I find that gives me a good spread. They're pan left and right, by the way. So already I know that's going to be nice. And then, you know, if I add in maybe the drums that I programmed. And how about my bass? Yeah, starting to fill out a bit. Some other guitars. Slide stuff. Power chords. And I have like some samples in there too, just some drum samples. So this would be just drum samples. Here would be like kick. It's kind of a cool sound. And then if I add a snare in there. So far everything together is kind of like this. Maybe some backgrounds. Alright, so the 12-string is the bee's knees, as they say. I love adding it to tracks, especially on a record. It can just give you that sparkle, you know? So, here's one of them. And then I doubled it. Which, that's just during the solo, it's just kind of back there, and then in the chorus it goes to like this arpeggiated pattern which sounds like this. So it's like arranging, basically coming up with every part, and you know, I get to decide who gets to be the main one and who's kind of the back one, so that's cool. For the guitar, right now I'm using the Divided by 13, which is a great amp. Cool, so now I want to cut the guitar solo, and basically what I'll probably do is just roll over it a couple times and just jam on it and see what comes out. I think I want kind of more of a Clapton tone, so rather than playing clean, which is this, I'm going to use distortion, which I'm looking for more of like a tube screamer maybe kind of vibe, and yeah, so I like to give myself a little bit of what I call ramp, which is just before I'm going to play, you know, so I can get the groove, you know, and make sure I can come in right in the pocket. So here's a little bit before. I'll just keep kind of ad-libbing in between the phrases. You know, maybe some Hendrix. Then you can blues it up, you know. Try not to step on the vocal. Anyways, you can get the idea, you know, just constantly creating, having new ideas. Alright, so yeah, this whole deal that you've been watching is what I would call pre-production, and this is something that I do just to start like sussing out a tune. You know, you wrote it and I just have guitar and vocal or something, and I say, what is the band gonna do? Is there even gonna be a band? You know, how is it just gonna be me on acoustic? You know, is there gonna be full orchestra, like B3, whatever, you know? So it's more just my own process, and then what I do is take this information and go work maybe with a producer or have a friend come in and play, or a session musician and say, like I said earlier, I'm not a drummer, you know, so maybe that vocabulary, you know, a real drummer, a session musician, whatever, is going to be able to take that information and just take it to the next level. And that's so exciting because it's like something you wrote and, you know, then it just comes to life and someone else's personality gets in there. And so that's what I would do. You know, everything that you heard today is just demo. So then the next step is to go into the studio and record it all, you know, and really bring it to life with all the works. So anyways, hopefully this can give you a little insight. You know, when you listen to a song, it's like how much goes in that. It's like watching a movie. People just go, oh, you know, it's just another movie. But it's like, no, there was so much in there, so much work. So anyways, until the next video.